It doesn't surprise me that we've come to this time of our life to develop this research center for natural medicine, because it's an ongoing vision of both Ella and I for many, many years, and if you're patient enough, these projects do come to fruition.
For more than 30 years, Health by Choice has offered unique healthcare options for people who wish to pursue a natural path to whole-body wellness. Under the leadership of naturopathic and homeopathic Dr. Ella McElwee, and fueled by her passion for wellness, Health by Choice is flourishing. Customers with a wide range of health problems travel hundreds of miles for a consultation with the clinic.
Every time a client comes for a visit, we ask for a urine and saliva sample. And what we do is analyze that based on an equation developed by Dr. Carrie Reams, which gives an overall reading of an individual's wellness. So we look at the sugar reading in the urine, we look at the pH in the urine and saliva, we look at the albumin, which is a measure of waste being emitted from the body through the urine. And then we also look at something called ammonium nitrites, and this gives us a reading on the digestion and what's happening in the colon of an individual. So when you put all this together with both iridology, sclerology, it gives us a really good picture of where that person's wellness is that day and what we can do to help them.
Once they have a baseline wellness reading, Ella and her team develop a customized program for clients that may include one of the more than 30 different modalities offered at Health by Choice.
If you thought of a road of where wellness is at one end and disease is at another, because we are not here as medical doctors, but rather to go and measure that point of wellness so that you can see where the body is at. And that really does guide a person in what they eat, because we have a priority list, and water is number 1. Number 2 is food. Number 3 is exercise. None of those are a pill. So that the average of people coming here is usually 1 or 2 times a year just to go and find out. We're like the barometer to show you where your body's at. So that we want to measure that, teach you how to help yourself, and send you on your way. Because yes, we can help with even more serious issues, but that we're not treating the issue. We're measuring always towards that wellness.
Certified clinical health practitioners offer services like thermography, bionic hydrotherapy, acoustic cardiograph, electromagnetic therapy, enzyme evaluation, reflexology, and Reiki. Clients experiencing health problems like asthma or allergies, heart disease, autism, cancer, or infertility have benefited from Health by Choice modalities and supplements. In some instances, clients discovered problems or solutions at Health by Choice that had not been addressed by their medical doctors.
I had like pustulars up and under the eyelids. Went to the regular eye doctor. He put me on antibiotics for a week, came back and said, well, we can't do anything with this, so we're going to operate and cut them out.
I said, you're not cutting on her, so we come over here.
4 toxins. Been doing it for many years. She got me on a program, eating program. I was on for a year. Wonderful.
I was, I believe, 34, wanted to get pregnant, thought it would be a good idea to improve our nutrition, and Ella certainly did that. That was November. By February, I was pregnant, and I went back at 6 weeks for my rescreen, 6 weeks into my pregnancy, and Ella informed me that my thyroid, which had been sluggish, had totally shut down, encouraged me to go to a doctor, get a blood test, and said this was pretty urgent. Went to my doctor. He said the blood test wasn't necessary. I'd had one a year ago, but so I had to really push him. When he did do the blood test, my TSH was 22, which is really bad. So I probably was looking at a miscarriage or a Down syndrome child if that hadn't been addressed.
A collaboration between Western medicine and natural medicine is the ideal situation for most clients. Health by Choice strives to offer services in harmony with a client's medical treatment plan to maximize the client's overall wellness and quality of life.
Maybe I could tell you about my daughter. She was diagnosed with having glioblastoma forte, which is a very rare brain disease, cancer, and the doctors gave her only about 2 months to live and told her to get her affairs arranged. The doctor would give her a prescription to take for that disease, And the doctor would call Ella and tell her what medication that he prescribed. And then Ella would know how to respond to the effects of the side effects of the prescription drug. And they worked together. And instead of 2 months, she lived for about a year and a half with us. We took her in and nursed her according to Ella's medications. And she had a good quality of life, as you could expect for those year and a half.
My tremors are not noticeable. I still have them, but with the medication I'm taking and their supplements, I feel they're under control. They know I am taking supplements. I don't tell them all that I'm taking because they don't understand. They don't know what they are. But he says, well, whatever you're taking, keep it up.
But my cancer doctor, I mean, it just, he was really impressed with my number because my number was so low, and he just said, well, whatever you're doing. He honestly was blown away because my number was steadily climbing, and the reason I went to Dr. Ella was because of that in the first place, that the number was high. So when my number came down this last time at the end of June, he said to me, whatever you're doing, continue.
The time has come to build on the extraordinary success and vast experience of the Health by Choice team and work toward an even broader vision.
What we want to do is we want to create an environment where when people come, we want to give them choices that they can make, healthy choices in their life. We want to talk to them about preventative health. We want to provide education and resources for them at Health by Choice ENR. And so that when they're dealing with problems, when they're getting sick, we want to say, hey, let's look at not just the symptoms, but let's look at what's causing the problem. And whether that's pollution, whether that's maybe behavioral lifestyles, whether it's the food they're eating and maybe make some changes there, that's really what we're looking to do, to help people, give them an alternative, give them an answer. And you know, most important too, I think, is to realize that there's something good about Western medicine. Western medicine has done some amazing things, and there's something really good about holistic healthcare. The key to understand is that we're bringing all of this together. We're building a bridge, really, to create integrative healthcare, in a sense, where we bring the best of Western medicine and we combine that with holistic medicine to create this integrative environment. That's really an answer that people are looking for. And that's really what's going to ultimately help people.
Offering a wide variety of healing techniques with a retreat-like atmosphere, the research facility will provide vital information and training to members of the medical profession. The nonprofit Health by Choice Education and Research Center will be an integrated health and wellness complex unmatched on the East Coast. Phase 1 of the project will be a first-class treatment center, including a dental suite and a dental surgical suite, 2 hyperbaric oxygen chambers, a full-service lab, doctor and staff treatment rooms, and a medical training facility.
We plan to start ongoing classes. We're going to teach from the soil up. We're going to teach about nutrition and optimal nutrition in our crops. What we're really ultimately into is we're going to develop a full-time agricultural center here at HBC.
Rounding out the campus will be 6 cabins, 1 to be used as a birthing center and 5 to serve as overnight retreat accommodations.
Nobody can get well going to just one doctor. It doesn't work that way. Just like you wouldn't build a house with only a plumber. You need to have an integrative approach, especially if somebody is sick and not feeling good, or has, God forbid, has been given the cancer diagnosis, the CA diagnosis. You would need an integrative approach. And that's true not only for people who can afford to pay out of pocket for an integrative approach, it's also true for those who cannot afford it, which is why we are so desperately in need of the monies to develop the research, to find out what is it in alternative medicine that works and what doesn't.
A significant segment of the American population's health and wellness needs are currently being underserved. Many medical establishments lack knowledge and training on the natural and alternative methods that could help enable our citizens to take greater control of their own health. Over the last 40 years, the healing arts have shifted their focus from healing to business and insurance. To bring the focus back to where it's desperately needed on healing, it will take the dedication and support of like-minded individuals who are willing to take action to bring about a change. We ask anyone who has a passion for a more comprehensive, integrated approach to health care to join us in making this world-class health and wellness center a reality.